Question and answer 5. Placement of a Buddhist altar. Question. Could Masterlu advise on the basic requirements and areas of concern regarding the placement of a Buddhist altar in the home from a Buddhist perspective? Thank you. Answer. The basic requirements for Buddhist altar placement in the home are as follows. The kitchen, the toilet, or the bedroom of a couple should not be located behind a Buddhist altar. The altar must not be near a toilet. The toilet door must be closed at all times. The altar must not directly face the kitchen. If there is a room behind the Buddhist altar, things that should not be located right behind the altar include beds, study desks, and sofas. The altar must not be placed on top of the television, refrigerator, or directly below an air conditioner. If it's close to the television or in an untidy environment, you can use a cabinet with a wooden door for the altar. When you are not offering incense, you can close the door. When you are offering incense, do not switch on the television. You should also not cover the statues or images of Buddhas or Bodhisattvas with a glass dome. You should not place the Buddhist altar in the bedroom of a couple. The bedroom of an elderly couple may be acceptable. However, if this indeed cannot be achieved and you have to set up the altar in the bedroom, use a cabinet with a wooden door for the altar. You can place the Buddhist altar in single bedrooms, but the foot of the bed should not face the altar. You should not place the altar on a balcony extending out from the building, for example, not attached to the ground. However, if the balcony is inside the building, then it will be fine. For example, sunroom. All statues and images of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, as well as other Dharma instruments, including incense burners, oil lamps, etc., should not be placed on an extended fixture jutting out over empty space. In other words, there must be tables, cabinets, or frames, etc., that are connected to the ground to hold up the items. The best location to make offerings and pray to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas is near a window where it is bright. The back of the Buddhist altar should not face a window. However, if it cannot be achieved, a solution is to block or seal the window and cover it with the yellow landscape painting. The altar must be placed against a wall, and there should not be any mirrors in its surroundings. Do not place unrelated objects or books underneath the altar, nor the statues, images of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. However, small images or those for mini Buddhist altars are fine. Buddhist scriptures and Dharma instruments items will be alright too. The altar should not be too high or too low. It would be best if the statues or images of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas on your altar are slightly above eye level. If they are too low, you can place something, such as a nice box, underneath to raise their height. On the altar, there should be oil lamps. Refilling the oil lamps with oil can improve your eye health. And water, 1 cup of water for each statue or image of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The water should be changed daily. Do not drink the water directly from the cup used for offerings. There should be a burner for the offering of incense. You can make an incense offering once in the morning and once at night. The time for incense offerings should be kept consistent. The best times for the morning offerings are 6 a.m., 8 a.m., and 10 a.m. And the best times for night offerings are 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's best not to have too many statues and images of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas on the altar. If conditions allow, you can make offerings of fresh fruit, allowing wishes to come true more quickly, and fresh flowers. Offering fresh flowers can improve your physical appearance. Generally, fruit and flower offerings should be made once a week. Make sure both fruit and flowers must be fresh. The best location for the altar is sitting south and facing north. For the southern hemisphere, or sitting north and facing south for the northern hemisphere. However, if your current living conditions do not allow you to place the altar facing these directions, then other directions are also acceptable.